Nike's purpose on moving our factories to Indonesia is to create a win-win experience for Indonesia and for us. First of all, we are creating a labor in poor areas of Indonesia, 171,000 employees with steady jobs and salary. With these employees, we will improve poor family situation by improving their healthcare, nutrition maintenance, and transportation, and also education. We also train and increase the efficiency of Indonesian workers, and in this way they become productive citizens that improve the Indonesian economy toward greater competition. Also, this will improve competition in the whole economy by dismantling monopolies. On the other hand, with what Nike will obtain in this relationship is the improvement on productivity thanks to the large amount of population of Indonesia that is the most populous country of ASEAN with 243 million people that translate in a huge labor. Also cheap labor because the minimum wage policy is $3.5 a day. And with this expand our market to Asia, mainly China, which is the most populous country in the world. This helped to reduce our production cost and it also helped us customers by moving our fabrics to Indonesia. The cost of shoe is lower than Air Jordan, who cost $150 instead of $250. The FDI in this case mutually beneficial for Indonesia receiving most of a boost in their economy to help competition. Also increase the labor, which translates in salary to the employees as well as education and increase of efficiency and citizens. So how the local economy of Indonesia have improved since Nike and other companies established in the country?
As part of the government of Indonesia, we're pleased and willing to continue working with multinational companies such as Nike. As presented in our GDP for manufacturing, it shows substantial improvement since 2010 with 4,422 IDR billions to 526,500 IDR billions in the third quarter of 2017, thanks to companies like Nike who are willing to invest in our country. Also, as shown by the Nike representative, the Indonesia labor force participation rate increased to a 69.02% in 2017 from 67.72% in 2010, showing that FDI helped Indonesians by creating more jobs. It's also important to address that the unemployment person index decreased to 7 million and 262 in 2017 from 8 million and 200 in 2010. The inversion of multinational companies help Indonesia in developing its industry, lower the unemployment rate, and brought technology investment in almost all types of industries. The FDI, seen as the government, has helped this country develop in all aspects, brought development to its industry, and gave us a more competitive economy.
As an employee and a representative of the Nike workers in Indonesia, we demand for Nike to change its working conditions. After going through long hours of hard labor, we receive a small amount of money as wage. We get paid around $0.5 per hour, which is not enough for paying daily life necessities. In addition, we do not earn any extra money for extra hours, and the treatment given to us is harsh and violent, to the point where there is a constant verbal and physical abuse. For example, we get called dogs or pigs, or we get beat or shoes are thrown at us. Furthermore, Nike has certain measures to make us keep working and accept these certain conditions. For example, military officers were hired to make us accept the payment when it was lower than the country's minimum wage. Finally, we ask for the government support to change all these conditions in our favor, or otherwise we request for Nike to remove its factories from our country.
We believe that Nike could be very useful to our economy, since they give people jobs, but they refuse to pay even the minimum wage to our workers, which doesn't make our country grow the way it should. Workers have reportedly been abused, physically and verbally. Sometimes they get shoes thrown at them for making small mistakes. Getting scratched until they bleed while also getting called pigs is not considered legal, and neither is being paid less than the minimum wage after being forced by abusive soldiers to sign a contract agreeing to that just to be able to keep their jobs. With all the protests that have taken place during the last year, people are showing their disagreement with poor working conditions in the Nike factories. As a civil society, we cannot allow our government to let any company treat our workers with inhumane conditions while also breaking the laws of our country.
How can you say that the country doesn't grow if the economy and the GDP of the country is getting higher?
The economy may be getting better, but the quality of life of your workers, Indonesian citizens, isn't getting better the way you say it is. With the minimum wage you give them, they cannot afford what their basic needs are, and neither the ones of their families.
Also, you don't provide us or neither our families with healthcare or social security benefits. You do not give us a compensation fund for those of us who get injured while working. How can you ensure security?
We are implementing measures for security of our workers. One of them is to stop using toxic adhesive for security and for workers, and another is to increase the minimum wage in all our factories and increase the minimum wage to 16.